In the quiet moments of the night, when the weight of expectation meets the cold reality of rejection, a transformation begins. We have all stood in that singular, isolated space where our ambitions were met with the sharp sting of mockery. To be laughed at is to be told that your vision is a hallucination, that your effort is a waste, and that your potential has a ceiling that others have already decided for you. But the resonance of that laughter is not the sound of your defeat. It is the fundamental rhythm of a world that cannot yet see what you are becoming. The psychology of the critic is rooted in a desire for the status quo. When people laugh at your audacity to dream beyond your current circumstances, they are rarely judging your ability. Instead, they are defending their own limitations. Your drive exposes their stagnation, and your hunger highlights their complacency. They laugh because it is easier to dismiss a pioneer than it is to follow one. Understand that the skepticism of others is a natural byproduct of true innovation and personal growth. If your goals were small enough for everyone to understand, they wouldn't be worth the breath it takes to announce them. True success is a slow-burning fire fueled by the very skepticism intended to extinguish it. The shift from being the object of ridicule to the subject of envy does not happen through vocal retaliation. It happens through the relentless, disciplined, and often silent execution of a plan. While they are busy talking about what you cannot do, you must be busy doing the work that they cannot fathom. This period of the dark room, the time between the seed being planted and the first sprout breaking the soil, is where character is forged. It is where you decide if your identity is defined by their opinions or by your own resolve. Consider the nature of regret. Regret is not born from seeing someone succeed. It is born from the realization that one had the same opportunity for greatness but chose the comfort of the sidelines instead. When those who once doubted you eventually witness your ascension, their regret will not be a result of your words, but of your results. Results are the only argument that requires no rebuttal. You do not need to explain your path to those who mocked your first step. Your arrival at the destination will be explanation enough. This journey requires a fundamental shift in how you process external noise. You must develop a selective deafness to the echoes of the crowd. The professional standard of excellence demands that your validation comes from the work itself, not the applause that follows. When you are operating at the highest level of your craft, the opinions of those who have never stepped into the arena become statistically insignificant. You are not building a life to prove them wrong, you are building a life to prove your purpose right. There is a profound difference between a spite-driven hustle and a purpose-driven mission. One is a reaction to others, the other is an evolution of the self. As you progress, the landscape will change. The same voices that once ridiculed your start will eventually claim they were there for you all along. They will attempt to rewrite the history of their doubt into a narrative of tough love or early support. This is the final stage of their regret, the desire to be associated with the very success they tried to prevent. Handle this with the grace of a professional. You do not need to remind them of their laughter. The height of your current position will make the memory of their mockery clear enough to everyone involved. The transition from the underestimated to the unstoppable is marked by consistency. It is the mundane daily commitment to excellence when no one is watching and when the laughter still feels loud. You must fall in love with the process of self-refinement. Every failure is simply a data point, and every setback is a setup for a more sophisticated comeback. The world respects one thing above all else: endurance. If you refuse to quit, the world has no choice but to eventually concede to your vision. In conclusion, let the skepticism of the world be the wind at your back. Do not waste energy trying to convince the blind to see your light. Just keep burning until the glow is too bright for them to ignore. The most powerful response to those who doubted you is a life well lived and a standard of excellence that speaks for itself. The time for talking has passed. The time for proving has begun. Watch the shift in the room when you walk in, not as the person they remember, but as the force they never expected. Your success will be their greatest lesson, and your silence will be your greatest triumph. Would you like me to create a structured outline of the core psychological principles mentioned in this speech?